Even behind bars, Imran Khan remains undefeated. His physical confinement may have limited his movement, but it has not and cannot limit his influence. The very system that seeks to break him is slowly revealing its own cracks. His silence, his patience, and his calm presence in solitude are reshaping how leadership is seen in Pakistan. He does not need a stage to inspire. His very stillness speaks volumes. Prison is meant to punish, to isolate, to silence. But in Imran Khan's case, it has only magnified his presence. His followers grow stronger, his message travels wider, and his dignity in suffering becomes a quiet revolution. The bars may surround his body, but his spirit roams free, unshaken, undivided, and more focused than ever. He remains committed to his vision, not swayed by power or comfort, not distracted by fear or rage. Great leaders are not made in moments of glory, they are forged in fire, in pressure, and in silence. Imran Khan's current state is not a fall, it is a test. And every day he endures it with grace. He reminds the nation of the soul of a lion can never be caged. Imran Khan's silence has become more powerful than the loudest speeches. In a time when fear has muted many voices, his quiet endurance speaks for millions who feel unheard. Every Pakistani who has faced injustice, who has been silenced, overlooked, or oppressed, now sees a reflection of their own struggle in him. He has become more than a political figure. He is a symbol of resistance, of standing firm when everything tries to push you down. Where once people waited for his words, now they are moved by his strength without them. His silence tells a story of courage, of a man who continues to fight not through rallies or press conferences, but by embodying the pain and hope of a nation. Even in solitude, he gives others the strength to rise, to question, to dream. He has shown that you don't need to shout to be heard. You need truth, conviction, and the courage to stand alone if you must. His quiet defiance is a message to every soul yearning for justice. You are not alone. If one man can remain unbroken in the face of such power, then so can you. This silence is not the end of Imran Khan's journey. It is the calm before the next storm. Like a lion waiting patiently in the shadows, he is gathering strength, sharpening vision, and watching the battlefield shift. True power does not always roar, sometimes it waits. And when it rises again, it shakes everything. The nation that once looked to him for direction is still watching, still hoping. His temporary absence from the public eye has not weakened his influence. It has deepened it. The more they try to erase him, the more his legacy embeds itself in the hearts of those who still believe in justice, truth, and the dream of a better Pakistan. He may be silent now, but the silence is strategic. The roar is not gone. It is being saved for a moment that will matter most. And when it comes, it will not just be heard, it will be followed. Because true leaders don't just return. They rise, transformed, wiser, stronger and more unstoppable than before. Oh, in the end, the lion in silence is not a story of retreat. It's a story of rebirth. The silence is not his weakness. It is his greatest strength. And through it, he is still leading a nation toward its awakening. Imran Khan's life began in the spotlight of cricketing glory, but his story did not end with trophies or fame. After leading Pakistan to its historic 1992 World Cup victory, He could have chosen a life of ease, luxury, and global applause. But something deeper called him, a sense of purpose far beyond the boundary lines. He saw a nation trapped in cycles of corruption, injustice, and hopelessness, and he dared to dream of change. Leaving behind the world of sports, he stepped into the uncertain arena of politics, where battles are fought not with bats, but with courage, sacrifice, and unwavering belief. From building hospitals to founding a political movement, Imran Khan dedicated his life to the people of Pakistan. His vision for a just society was not driven by power, but by a burning desire to awaken a nation that had long been asleep. He stood alone when others mocked him. He kept walking when the path seemed impossible. His journey was not just a career shift. It was the transformation of a champion into a servant leader. That choice, made decades ago, is what now gives meaning to the silence he endures today. Because his voice was never just his own. It was the voice of the unheard. In that silence lies a strength no prison can cage. A lion waiting, not for attention, but for the right moment to rise again. Imran Khan now finds himself in a phase where noise surrounds him, but he chooses silence. This silence is not weakness. It is strength refined by fire. As the world debates his fate and opponents try to erase his legacy, he remains still, calm, and centered. Because true warriors don't fight every battle with words. Some are fought through quiet endurance. While others chase the spotlight, he sits in shadows, not defeated, but determined. This storm that surrounds him is not new. He has faced criticism, betrayal, and political attacks for years. Yet every time, he rose, stronger, clearer, and more focused. This time is no different. The silence he holds now is not emptiness. It's a message to the nation. Even without a mic, a stage, or freedom of movement, you can still lead by example. It takes courage to speak, but it takes even greater courage to wait. His silence speaks louder than the loudest slogans. It is the silence of a lion who knows that timing is everything. The world may have gone quiet around him, but the roar is still alive inside. And when the time is right, that roar will echo across the nation once again. Imran Khan had every reason to live a life of comfort. He was a global icon, admired not just in Pakistan but around the world. With fame, wealth, and recognition already his, no one would have questioned him if he had stayed away from politics, distant from the dirt and danger that come with challenging a corrupt system. But he chose sacrifice over safety. He walked away from privilege and into the fire, not for himself, but for a nation he believed in more than his own comfort. Over the years, he gave up personal peace, his family life, and even physical security for the dream of a better Pakistan. Every insult, every threat, and every attack on his character was a price he willingly paid. He didn't just lead rallies. He stood at the front lines, ready to take the hit first. Where most leaders enjoy power from behind walls, he was with the people, on the streets, facing tear gas, arrests, and constant pressure. His sacrifice isn't just political, it's deeply personal. It reflects a leader who chose to carry a burden so heavy, most would collapse under it. Yet, he carries it still, because real change demands real cost.